welcome everybody to First Look Spring 2023 Cohort. We're excited to be able to showcase 20 companies this round. It has been an incredible journey for these folks. This work and this body of this deck is the culmination of just so many hours of not just putting the deck together, but the work behind it to create these incredible companies. So I'm going to kick us off. I'm going to spend a few minutes, and we're going to dive right into letting every company, give their 2-minute showcase and pitch on their business. So it's going to move pretty quickly, but you're going to get lots of good information and an opportunity at the end to kind of walk through any questions or breakout rooms. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Doug Edwards, the CEO of the parent company of Jumpstart Foundry, Jumpstart Health Investors. And joined by a host of the Jumpstart team. I'll give a few introductions of those folks in just a second. Hope you want to go to the next slide, please. So as everybody knows, Jumpstart has been around. This is a part of our 9th fund. We've been doing this for a decade now, and we're proud that over time, it's becoming that brand and that kind of support system for founders to help materialize their dreams and make these innovations more probable of success along their journey. We're grateful for now almost 200 investments we've made over that period of time, the largest cohort that we've had in this spring of 2023, and just the caliber and impressiveness of their solutions as well as themselves and their teams. So we love days like today that we can actually proudly showcase and give them a platform to tell their story to a really broad, diverse population. Not only is this the biggest cohort of investments, it's also the biggest first look attendance that we've had. So things in terms of just traction and the realization of what we're trying to create is awesome to see. And we're grateful for everybody coming out and being a part of that with us. As you know, Jumpstart is small but mighty. We have our Jumpstart Health Investors kind of parent brand that inside of that our Jumpstart Foundry Fund resides within. It is our pre-seed stage fund. We look for innovations across the country. We look at hundreds and hundreds of these every year and invest in the top and the best of the best. Most of you know Kristen. Kristen is our Director of Program Management for our Insight program. That's our founder education system that really walks along these founders' journeys in Jumpstart Foundry and delivering them the kind of content and support needed to help them run faster. Jess Goodwin is her right hand program coordinator for the program, so she is also on screen, as well as Drew Palat. Drew is our associate for the Jumpstart Foundry Fund, helping us navigate and supporting north of 150 current active assets in the combined portfolio. They're also joined, you can see on screen, a number of Jumpstart names. We've got a lot of team members that are kind of behind the scenes, behind the curtains, kind of making this magic happen for us. So we're grateful for the cast of Jumpstart Health Investors, our sister fund partners with Jumpstart Capital and Jumpstart Nova, and the entire Jumpstart family, inclusive of our LPs, our founders, our supporters, our vendors, all making this possible. Okay, just some general kind of information about the fund. As many of you might know, we look for deals all the time. We look for the best healthcare startups in the country. We're currently actively looking for our fall cohort. We also are going to invest the balance of the 2023 fund this fall. We're already trending to a record number of applicants. Deadline is just less than a month away, September 22. So if you're listening and you're curious about Jumpstart and Jumpstart Foundry and want to see some of the investments that we've made, we encourage you to kind of go out to the website, take a look, apply, and just make sure you hit that deadline by the 22nd of September. Excited for that. You can get all that information out on the website. From a funding standpoint, obviously, we're always looking for great limited partners to help us continue to fuel and fund these great companies. So we are currently actively raising capital to balance out the rest of this year. Some incredible kind of features or benefits to why invest in venture capital, but in particular, Jumpstart Foundry. And because what you're going to see today is just an impressive diversification of companies across the breadth of healthcare. We try to make this very accessible to folks who maybe aren't that sophisticated in investments, to kind of balance out their allocation strategy with really low minimums, upsides of kind of de-risking investments. And we also syndicate many of our deals. We've got a lot of active companies right now that are raising capital, and we get opportunity to syndicate those deals to give our limited partners access to that otherwise they may not have. So currently actively raising as well. You can go to the website and get more information on our investor page about that if you are interested. Okay, just some rules of the road. We're going to dive right in. We're going to spend about 40 or 45 minutes kind of capped on founder pitches. So we've emphasized the importance of sticking to about a 2-minute pitch each. Again, we've got about 20 of those. If you would, I'd love to see your faces. So please have videos on, microphones off. At the end of these pitches, again, we're going to cycle through these pretty efficiently. But at the end of this, we'll have a breakout session. Kristen's going to help us orchestrate that, and you can move across to all of those or any of those that you'd like to learn a little bit more about the business and the founder. And if you're interested, as they're walking through this, just make a note to say, hey, I want to look and talk a little bit more and learn about this business, and we can navigate you there at the end. But please navigate or reserve your questions for after that, just because we want to be respectful and kind of navigate through. So jot down your questions in the companies that you want to look at, and we'd love to pair you up at the end. We're going to try our best to be very respectful of the allocation of the time today. So we're going to dive right in, and it's a pleasure for me to be able to host and introduce these founders, and they're going to take it from here. So first up, we've got Sami, and Nick is going to represent as the founder of Sami. So Nick, floor is yours.
Hello everyone, I'm Nick, CEO and co-founder of Sami. As a doctor, I know how systemic health monitoring at the doctor office is expensive and time-consuming. But if people do test at home without professional feedback, this doesn't give the correct result. We want to change this. That's why we create a Sami. Personal wellness and health assistant consists of home test, survey based on AI, individual recommendation on user's phone. Test it, eat this, drink that, exercise now. Next, please. We are using proprietary urine test 3 plus computer vision technology on our app for 3 types of clients. Wellness test, give an overall wellness score based on 10 essential body parameters. UTI test, screening for urinary tract infection. Keto test, tracking progress in keto by measuring ketones in urine to control weight loss. Next, please. Our team consists of doctors, entrepreneurs, and IT developers. We work together more than 20 years in different companies. Today, we create a convenient, accurate, cost-effective way to monitor health. This is proven by 15% month-to-month sales growth. But that's just the beginning. Our goal for tomorrow, category leader on Amazon, million revenue in months, margin at least 100%. And to do that, we'll give more features, experts, and health for our users. Based on test and survey result, user will receive personalized health recommendation, individual vitamins and supplements. Telehealth and all necessary products for painless treatment are also available. Next, please. We are looking for investment to produce private label vitamins, supplements, and biotics for wellness, keto, and UTIs. The huge market size gives us confidence to achieve our high margin targets. I'm looking forward to your question and breakout session. Thank you.
Great job, Nick. Thank you so much. All right, next up, Breathing AI. I believe Rose is going to represent Breathing AI. Rose, you're on. Might be muted.
Started without my mic. Hello, everyone. Do you ever find yourself sitting at your screen with a headache, eye strain, body aches, or low energy? 87% of people have these stress symptoms. Chronic stress and burnout is an epidemic, and it costs companies $7.8 trillion a year. But what if your computer could intuitively detect when you're stressed and offer interventions to make you feel better, like adapting the lighting and colors on your screen, playing soothing sounds, or offering a gentle reminder to sit upright and take a deep breath? That's what we're building at Breathing AI. With our patented AI, we're transforming your everyday digital devices into smart, bioadaptive stress management and productivity tools. This real-time biofeedback AI creates harmony between you and your digital devices. Our current product is an employee wellness solution sold across industries, leading to 50% less stress and 11% more productivity. We're used in 156 countries, and our engagement rates, a key metric for employers, is over 30%, which is a striking 10x increase from the industry average. Next, please. Our vision is to integrate into every digital device and easily into people's busy lives. We plan on selling our hyperscalable APIs across industries to make that happen. Next, please. I'm Rose, co-founder of Breathing AI. And having experienced burnout myself, I was hungry to contribute the skills that I've gained from growing multiple businesses to multiple six figures and leading large digital transformation projects at Fortune 100 companies to a meaningful solution to the stress epidemic. My co-founder, Hannes, has been spearheading biofeedback technologies for over 10 years at MIT, Stanford, Harvard, and the University of Oregon. Next, please. Our product has been recommended by publications like Forbes, and this year, we got 2 other global ML AI patents granted. Some of our current investors are companies like Techstars, Gangels, and GTM Fund. Join us in our 1 million seed round to pioneer the future of adaptive AI. Thank you. I look forward to your questions in the breakout session.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you so much. Okay, next up, we got Broca AI. So Joe is, I'm not sure Joe is with us. Joe actually had a weather emergency. His house, I think, lost power, lost Wi-Fi. So I said, what the hell? I'll represent Broca AI and see if I can do a pitch within 2 minutes. Yes. So Broca is an incredible company. They are really built on the notion of electronic language inquiry. So they're trying to be more efficient in the process of how we actually get information available to an individual back to the physician so we can be more efficient in that process. So they built the app to be able to do that, really targeting the mental health space. Next slide. You can also go to Broca AI. They actually have a site that you can go out and take a look at this, but incredible in terms of what they built. So when we looked at this company 6 months ago, was really impressed with the caliber of individuals that are part of building this technology from MIT, Harvard, MIT and Google together, as well as kind of the insurance or payer side of things, trying to solve for how do I improve the process of workflow from intake to learning so I can actually give physicians information in real time that's actually taking the value of written and spoken language and iterate that into the platform so I can help the system deliver better care for the individual patient, making the workload for physicians more efficient. And so I'm hopeful he's available and with us by the breakout, because I'd welcome and encourage everybody to want to be a part of understanding how they're using this AI capability in the platform, in the tool, that hopefully is going to be better for the private enterprise as well as care providers, but ultimately for better patient engagement and care with these tools. So is there a last slide? There you go. So you can kind of look at this and understanding they've already got an issued and patent in the technology. They've got a massive library of digital content. They've got pilots underway, some proven out already. And I love that they're actually asking the users of this from providers, health systems, and partners across the ecosystem, and still actively working through some pilots as well. Last slide. Awesome. All right, Joe, great job. Thank you so much for introduction on Broca AI. And we sure hope that your weather emergency, like we're seeing across the country, subsides soon. Okay, next up is Elite Suites. Amin Bahari is the founder of Elite Suites. He's not actually able to be with us today, but he actually pre-recorded this. So we're actually going to pivot and do a unique video offering, and he is on screen with us. So go ahead and play, Amin.
Good afternoon. My name is Amin Bahari, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Elite Suites, headquartered out of Austin, Texas. At Elite Suites, we are the makers of the Elite Donut, which is the world's first better for you donut. Our Elite Donuts are individually packaged, pre-glazed, and made ready to eat for your convenience. They're all protein-packed, low sugar, and keto-friendly. The inspiration for Elite Suites goes back to my days in high school. At the age of 16, I weighed 340 pounds. I was on the path to diabetes and obesity, which is something that runs in my family. After seeing the negative effects of these diseases firsthand, I knew that wasn't the life I wanted to live. And that's when I began my weight loss journey, where I adopted a high protein keto lifestyle. And in just over a year, I lost 140 pounds. Inspired by my own weight loss journey and the impact food has on our body, I wanted to help others do the same. So that's when years later, my brother and we started Elite Sweets. We launched the Elite Donut in 4 delicious flavors: our birthday cake, chocolate, cinnamon, and cinnamon. Our donuts are all high in protein with 8 grams of protein per donut, low sugar, only contain 1 to 2 grams of sugar in each donut, and the only keto verified donut on the market. And since our launch, we have sold mostly online on our website and on Amazon, where we have done just over $3 million in online sales. This year in 2023, we have pivoted the business from being an online focused business to now launching into retail, where we've launched in retailers like 7-Eleven, Vitamin Shop, DoorDash, and Gold's Gym. As we continue to build our brand, we want to expand to more channels such as grocery, which is retailers like your Kroger's and Albertsons, continue to launch in more C-stores like Circle K, Wawa's, and then the big box stores like the Walmart, Costco's, and Sam's Clubs of the world. And as we continue to build our brand, we are raising $2 million in order to support these upcoming retail launches. As part of our fundraising strategy, it is really going to be used to bring down our COGS and to support these launches so we can continue to grow the business and to launch into more retailers. So I just want to thank you guys for your time. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can scan this QR code or reach me with this contact information below. Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Amin. Obviously, we'll also cast out this recording so everybody has access to it in case you miss a QR code or a contact. Okay, next up, Interlinks. Thierry Thomas, CEO, I think you're going to represent?
Yes, I am. Hi,
right.
Cohort. My name is Thierry Thomas. I'm with the Interlink Incorporated. And what we have is a software as a service laboratory information management system. We began about a year ago. We worked with our business partner, and our business partner is called Symbiotica Labs. And what we did was we encountered a situation where they were utilizing a cloud-based laboratory information management system that was very limited in its scope of being able to support their, workflow in the laboratory. So what we did was we worked with their lab technicians and developed a system from scratch that supported what they did. And they primarily did testing during the COVID pandemic, and they did a lot of molecular testing, doing PCR assays and so forth. So what we did was, once we geared our system towards supporting the laboratory that we worked with, we decided to branch out a little more and include different assays and supporting different workflows that would be utilized inside of a laboratory. So far, we have our pilot, which we've used them as our user story to kind of develop our product to what it is today. So far, we were awarded this Jumpstart funding, and so far we've done good. Can you go? Oh, sorry. Our current customers are reference laboratories, and that's our primary focus is reference laboratories. But we also have opened up our doors to supporting different types of labs, whether it be environmental, whether it be chemical laboratories. Also, there's the booming of the marijuana industry, so we decided to support the cannabis laboratories as well. So far, we're focused on our marketing and also our product development. We have some developers that we've been working with to help enhance our product, adding additional features, everything from electronic ordering to electronic reporting to being compliant with the Department of Public Health and being able to provide electronic reporting to them. We have an API which is accessible anywhere, through our web, and you can pretty much order, get testing results, get testing status updates, as well as receiving the actual results, whether that be in a HL7 format or in an actual PDF report. And
Terry, I'm gonna have to cut you off, man. I got 5 seconds for you. Go.
Oh, no problem. Sorry, that's about it.
Okay. All right. Great job, man. Appreciate you so much. Okay. Next up, we've got Guardian Lane. I've got Christina Jones. Christina, you with us?
I am ready to go.
All right, girl. Fire away.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Christina Jones. I'm the founder and CEO of Guardian Lane, a children's mental health platform that is reimagining how to deliver grief counseling. When I was 7 years old, my father died from cancer, and little did I know that I was not alone. Over 37 million children have experienced at least one adverse childhood experience. And when they do not receive help, that is toxic stress getting trapped in the body, which studies now show lead to physical and mental health issues later in life. So Guardian Lane is working with experts, grief experts, to create a video library that schools and families can access immediately via web or via a text message, so that there are no more excuses and no more barriers to getting our children help. So how is it going? So we have secured a partnership with Communities and Schools, which gives us access to 3,000 schools, 1.7 million families with no procurement process. We are also closing a deal with 1-800-Flowers, which would be significant. It would be the first time a gifting platform actually had something significant for a grieving family that has children. And also Slumberkins, working with them to provide them resources for families who have purchased their grief products. So who are we? Why us? So I'm a two-time founder with one exit. I also was the 14th African-American woman to ever raise over $1 million for a startup. I generated over $40 million for brands like Disney, Walmart, and SeaWorld, creating content for them. I have an amazing team, as you can see, and many of you might know Michael, who is one of my amazing advisors, who was a two-time Children's Hospital CEO. We have raised $770K in a $1 million pre-seed round with amazing advisors and investors, as you can see, Jumpstart Foundry. That's why I'm here. Our ask is intros to strategic investors, whether you're one, if you know of someone that we should be talking to. Also, if you have contacts with hospitals, hospice, resources that are working with opioid settlements. There's so many families we could be helping that we need intros to. And also any founders on the call who you may be working in this space but do not have access to grief content. We'd love to meet you. So if you two believe that our world should be, oh, sorry, I guess I'm at time. Anyways, I'll meet you in the breakout room, or please scan this QR code to introduce yourself. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Christina. Okay, next up, HopDoc. Jeff is with us. Jeff, HopDoc, fire away.
Thanks. I'll start at slide 2, please. Hi, I'm Jeff Reidelhoover, co-founder and chief strategy officer of HopDoc. At HopDoc, we're offering a unique white label app with all of the latest patient engagement features tailored for EMR, EHR, and billing companies. Next slide, please. In a departure from the norm, we're not looking to work with the largest EMR players. Instead, we're targeting the hundreds of smaller EMR, EHR, and billing companies, an often overlooked and underserved market. Our mission is to put all of the patient engagement features they need into a unified app, seamlessly integrated under their branding. Now their practices and clients can say goodbye to the confusion of scattered patient engagement tools under different names. Next slide, please. Our favorite feature offered under our platform is the Lifelike contactless vital system. Patients can look at their phone camera for 40 seconds and it reads their blood pressure and resting heart rate. Next slide, please. We're currently working on some really cool projects. Next week, we're boarding the first practices in a white label app for a PM billing partner. They ended up being acquired by a large public company, and that company liked our app so much that they're offering it as their primary patient engagement app feature for thousands of providers that use their other software and billing products. We're also launching a product called Doc Fees for a billing company partner. We're putting QR codes onto thousands of paper billing statements that they currently send to patients each month, which allows those patients to instantly pay with a credit card and receive their next billing statements via text and email, vastly speeding up their accounts receivable process for the practices that use their billing service. Next slide, please. Since we're about to have a large network of thousands of providers that use our platform, we're looking for other innovative patient engagement products we could integrate to and offer through our app. We're also going to be looking for new EMR, EHR, and billing companies to partner with later this year. Thank you.
Great job, Jeff. Thank you so much. Okay, next up, Innovative Wellness Systems. Going to talk about the WellSoul. Johnny is going to represent. Johnny Caters, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Johnny Couture, CEO and founder of IWS. About 4.5 years ago, late night over a beer, my co-founder, Ted Finn, a guy who's actually manufactured 60 million pair of shoes, sold them all around the country. And we're discussing how could we bring technology to a very old industry, which is the footwear industry. But first, we needed to find a problem that we're focusing, something that we both were interested in solving. But what we landed in was talking about how could a device provide support for lower and body foot injuries. What we also found out was 50% of athletes get injured every year. More interestingly, 60% of patients do not comply with their PT plan. The opportunities are 22 million Americans are in treatment on a day-to-day basis. What we came up, solution, is the smart insole, the WellSoul, which is a smart connected insole that connects patient data with the clinician. At the end of the day, for the sake of simplicity, what the WellSoul does best is to capture differences. And differences in your gait, in your barometrics. Next. Guys, this past year has been amazing. Obviously, with this great investment from JSF, but we've also captured $300,000 from UMass. With that money, we were able to manufacture close to 20 pair of insoles. Currently, we have 15 WellSoul that is today in a trial. At the same time, we've been able to put together a grade of waiting list, such as we have 12 clinical practices waiting for insole, including Tom Brady's TB12. As you know, Tom Brady is all about human performance. In between all of us, we believe we have about 1,000 beta customers waiting. Now, we are in a quest, we are searching, we're trying to raise $1 million to take this product to market. Come join us in this amazing dream. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? Smart footwear is coming your way. Smart footwear coming your way. In IWS, we're in the forefront of this. So come on and join us. The opportunities are amazing. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Great job, Johnny. Thank you so much. I'm excited to wear them. Okay, next up, Scott, the floor is yours.
IPMD has developed the world's most advanced emotional AI. It is capable of understanding human emotions just based on facial looks. Next slide. We began this journey in 2016 when one of our colleagues, Shuking Zhong, committed suicide. We had no idea that this was going to happen, and that made us ask, how can we be prepared for something like this, to know what their emotions are to keep something tragic like this from happening again? Next slide. Developing emotional AI is highly challenging, even for tech giants like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. Despite our large amount of investments, all of them failed, hinting at the near impossibility of creating an emotional AI. Next slide. At IPMD, we turned the significantly impossibility into a reality. Over 8 years, our team dedicated more than 130,000 hours for creating facial expressions for more than 500,000 individuals. Creating an exceptionally clean data set, this effort led to our models achieving a 96% ROC over AUC score through rigorous machine training, learning, and collaborative endeavors. Next slide. As a trusted technology build partner of Google Cloud, our emotional AI has the great potential to empower avatars to become one of humans' closest companions, enhancing the emotional well-being of employees and students, and being integrated in the digital health platform. Next slide. IPMD excels in AI innovation, adorned with prestigious awards. As of today, we outperform everyone, and we stand out to be the best emotional AI in the world. We have raised $1 million thus far, pioneering top-notch emotional AI. And now we are seeking $3 million to launch revenue-generating applications, forging a future for human-AI coexistence. Next slide. We are actively seeking investors, potential clients, joint venture partners, and collaborators who share our vision for shaping a new future. Let's join forces and create a groundbreaking tomorrow. Please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.
All right, Scott, good job. All right, next up, Mint Farms. I believe we're going to have Jeff Renner represent. Jeff, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Explaining a biotech company in 2 minutes. I'll give it a shot. Hi, my name is Jeff Reinert, and I'm founder and president of MinFarm. MinFarm is a company, we call it molecular farming. And what we do is we express human recombinant regenerative proteins. And these, so human proteins from plants. When we started the company, we set out to do two things with this platform, and that was to bring down the cost of these proteins, which are very expensive, and also help expand animal component free production. With animal component free production, there's no threat of microbial contamination as in all the other platforms that are out there. So yeah, let me just move along with this. Yeah, so basically MinFarm in plants, we express in 7 days. Traditional methods will take 2 to 6 months, and you can imagine the savings. We actually can produce, some proteins that are $5,000 a milligram for 500. Our process, next slide, basically we grow the biomass. We have an agrobacterium, which contains a gene sequence for the target protein. We infiltrate the plant. 7 days later, we have a fully engulfed plant that we then extract the protein and purify it and sell it. Some of the proteins that we're making right now, we are commercial. PLAP, placental alkaline phosphatase. We actually own 19 different patents for PLAP, and it helps to proliferate skin production, which is great with wound care and scarring and things like this. Actually treats melanoma. Muscle wasting disease is a big one. This is something that is caused by chemotherapy. There is not a treatment for it today, and it stops the shrinking of the muscles. VEGF basically oxygenates red blood cells. IL-2 regulates activities in white blood cells. In development, and we are actually making these proteins right now, but they're still in their final stages of development. BMP2 is a big one. It's used in 3D bioprinting. There's not a university or a research clinic in the world that doesn't have some kind of 3D bioprinting going on. And BMP2 is basically the ink for the printer. And so they need a lot of it. And it's a very expensive protein, somewhere around $4,000 or $5,000 a milligram, and we are making that for about $500 a milligram. That will change the face of that entire industry because you do need a lot of BMP to do this the activity. GCSF, again, one that we're making right now. We're just in the final stages of purification on that. So basically, things to remember about us. Human proteins in plants, the reason to do that is to lower the cost and help therapeutic development around the world, really. And animal component free is another thing, actually, that's Europe is big on that right now, and it's coming to America. And, that's what we do. So we're looking for $500,000 to add some equipment and to help us market and scale. Thank you.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much. All right, next up, mobile optics. Paul Hausman is going to represent. Paul, go ahead. You might be on mute.
Sorry, guys. Paul Hausman, founder and partner in Mobile Optics. We are headquartered in Tampa, Florida. The map you are looking at, slide one, the one underneath. The map you are looking at here shows the heat map for diabetic patients enrolled in Care Plus health plans. Below the map are other insurances taxed with also solving the diabetes program problem that we work with. Many seniors do not have easy access to care when it comes to seeing an optometrist for an eye exam and do not understand the importance. This is why our service is so valuable to our customers who are the large value-based primary care physician offices. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid offer financial incentives to our customers, encouraging them to prioritize yearly eye examinations for diabetics under managed care. Next slide, please. This slide shows our mobile vehicle and testing equipment. We go to the value-based primary care physician office and set up in the parking lot. We verify the patient's insurance before they are scheduled. Full eye exams are performed for the patient, and the test results are sent in real time via telehealth to an off-site optometrist, which appears on a monitor in the back of our vehicle and consults with the patient about their results. At that time, we will fill a prescription for eyewear and offer upgrades for lenses and frames. Next slide, please. This slide is showing our customers and their footprint across the US. Chen Med operates in 15 states and has over 100 centers nationwide. Cano Health operates in 5 states and has over 166 centers across the US. Our customers have asked us to scale our business as they scale. Next slide, please. Our current capacity sits at about 14 eye exams per day, 5 days a week. We currently are seeing about 12 patients per day, 3.5 days a week. As you can see, we do not make much on the eye exam, but where we do make our money is off the eyewear itself and the upgrades. After diligently testing our workflow, we have found that if we take the refraction test, which is a prescription for eyewear in-house, it will save us time and money. This will help us lead to our goal, which is to see 20 patients per day, 5 days a week. In that scenario, you can see in the capacity analysis, our net income per vehicle will be about $15,000 per month. Thank you for learning about mobile optics.
All right, good job, Paul. Thank you. Okay, Paralabs, Barak, you are on.
Greetings, everybody. I'm Burak Özkısım. I'm the founder and the CEO of Paralabs. We're out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Today, I'm going to be talking about our flagship solution, Spearmint. You may heard on the news, it gets really popular for a few days and then fades out, but the global sperm counts in decline. This decline is accelerating right now. Comparing to 50 years, we're down 50%. Nobody knows why, but we're still working on it. The problem is male fertility is way behind the female fertility. Currently, there are no technologies available to predict or treat the male fertility. That's why several research years at McGill University and imaging studies we've done at Woods Hole Marine Biological Laboratory in Massachusetts, we've developed a Spearmint platform. It is the world's first AI-powered platform that can predict male fertility. Next slide, please. Home sperm tests are not accurate, unfortunately. There are several of them, but they don't provide clinical validity. So if you do a test, you have to go anyways to the clinic to get the test again. So we say, why don't we combine this from the comfort of your home? And of course, it's frustrating to go to the clinic, try to produce the sample, all this, the frustration and shame and discomfort, we avoid it. How we do this? We have a basic system. Basically, you order the test, and then you receive the test, and then basically you drop the sample, you schedule the pickup, we get the test into the lab, and then we do a test using our AI-powered system. And then in 24 hours, you get results in the mobile app, not only a PDF situation. So when we look at it, the problem is, so we have few validity studies. Some of them are in the US and some of them are in Europe. We've done few small ones, and then we are working on a soft handshake with few other centers. So right now, what we are looking into to reach larger demographics and more ethnic groups, we need to have intros with different sites and different centers, as well as in order to have the go-to-market and then post-market support, we're fundraising $5 million. Please join us in different ticket sizes, hopefully. Thank you.
All right, Barak, thank you so much. Great job. Okay, next up, Perceptron Health. Dan, you are on.
All righty. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan. I'm the founder of Perceptron Health, and we are bringing intelligence to diabetic complications. So in the United States, we have 37 million diabetics, and on average, we spend over $7,000 per patient per year treating their complications. And that ends up being an astronomical $270 billion that we spend on diabetic complications. And it's not terribly surprising when you consider that we're asking primary care in 15-minute visits to handle all 20 plus complications that come along with diabetes, in addition to whatever else may be going on with a patient. And that's where Perceptron Health steps in. So we are building an intelligence-driven platform to manage diabetic complications in value-based care. and thereby reduce the total cost of complications. Our platform is built on 3 pillars. So the first is using machine learning to identify key complications or key risks of complication for each patient. The second platform or pillar is using on-site diagnostics and remote patient monitoring to keep tabs on these complications and escalate care as needed. And then the third pillar is we have a virtual care team of nutritionists, endocrinologists, and nephrologists who are supplementary to primary care and can step in and help take care of more complex patients with primary care. To date, we've been growing our diabetic retinopathy screening business. We launched in the spring. We're now in 6 clinics and we'll be in more than 10 by the end of the year. Over the next 3 months, we are recruiting value-based care customers to become design partners with us as we work on expanding our product line. If you know of anyone or you're interested personally, please feel free to reach out to me at my email. Thanks.
All right, Dan, perfect. Great job, bud. All right, next up, we've got Rebound Health. Reva, the floor is yours.
So back in 2020, I was diagnosed with PTSD. I thought I was in the minority until I looked at the stats. From car crashes to school shootings, assaults to climate disasters, 83% of Americans have experienced trauma, and 15 million suffer from PTSD at any given time. This costs the economy $76 billion every year in direct healthcare spend alone. And so at Rebound, we're creating an app that cures trauma for good in 6 weeks. Unlike every other mental health condition, it's actually possible to permanently heal from trauma, not just manage symptoms, but actually really heal. But most of the people who develop symptoms never actually get better. And given that almost everyone has experienced trauma, this means that most people are walking around unnecessarily suffering. So I was one of the lucky few who recovered, and I wanted to fix this. My background is in negotiating health tech deals with payers like Anthem and Aetna and companies like Ford and Pepsi. And I teamed up with Dr. Aaron Behrens, who's a leading trauma psychologist and researcher who has actually built and clinically validated a method to provide effective trauma treatment entirely digitally, no provider is needed. And so through clinical study, we've created a program that works for all trauma types significantly better than talk therapy. So we're initially targeting clinical grade PTSD for $1 billion TAM and then expanding to subclinical categories for a $50 billion TAM. And we're selling to employers and payers. We're raising our pre-seed now with half already committed. Our product is in development and we're taking it to market this fall. Shoot me a note if you'd like to chat further. Thank you so much.
Raven, well done. Thank you so much. Okay, next up, Sleep Space. We got Dr. Dan Gartenberg. Dan, you're on.
Hey, everybody. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me. So Sleep Space is developing the first sleep medicine bedroom that goes beyond sleep tracking to improve sleep with sound, light, temperature, and AI-driven feedback based on cognitive behavioral therapy. The technology was recently validated in a clinical trial where we received more than 3.5 million in non-dilutive grant awards, showing that is the most effective treatment available for insomnia. It can also help snorers, biohackers, and athletes optimize their sleep. Okay, we have an all-star team that understands how to build revolutionary sleep technology with a designer from Stanford, an experienced CTO, and a medical doctor who sees tens of thousands of patients a year. I have 20 years of experience in sleep and a clear vision for how to win in the space. Here's how it works. When you start your, next slide, when you start your sleep journey, all your smart lights turn red and ocean waves or meditation sound plays. When you fall asleep, a smart sound machine plays pink noise adaptively to improve regenerative delta brainwaves. In the morning, you wake up to 528 hertz or bird sounds in addition to a sunrise wake alarm clock. Then you get customized feedback about your recovery score and circadian rhythms. Dr. Snooze AI or trained coaches provide further customized support. Next slide, please. Our Internet of Things solution includes a validated risk-based algorithm or our patented Sleep Space smart bed that can be attached to any bed to improve sleep. Next slide. We have 2,000 active paying subscribers at $39.99 a year or $9.99 a month. 20 paying sleep coaches, and have sold over 400 sleep space smart beds. We have B2B2C contracts selling tens of thousands of software units to major mattress companies, health insurers, corporate wellness programs, and doctors' offices. These diverse revenue streams bring us to break even with profitability in Q4 of 2023. After successfully raising our pre-seed round from top-tier VCs and angels and recently applying for an additional $5 million in grants, we are currently raising $3 million in seed funding to scale the technology to 20,000 subscribers and sell 1,000 sleep space smart beds. You can try it out today, and I hope to talk to you in the breakout session.
Awesome. Great job, Dan. Thank you so much. Okay, Gina Adams, Wearology, talking about the portable parallel bars. Gina, floor is yours.
Wearology is improving patient access to vital mobilization by delivering therapy directly to the patient's bedside. I'm Gina Adams, and I founded Wearology after witnessing the impact of Parkinson's on my father. And chances are you've had surgery or a family member and you understand the long path to recovery. It can be overwhelming, whether you're in a hospital bed or at home, getting to a gym. And what originally started was a solution for quarantine patients has really blossomed into something much greater. Patient falls in hospitals account for a $32 billion cost, and the clinicians report that current tools simply are either not accessible, they're complicated and time-consuming, or they're unstable, and so they're leaving the patients in bed, which is worsening their conditions. And NIH studies reveal that receiving therapy just 24 hours sooner results in a shortened length of stay and a reduction in therapy post-discharge. And this is why Wearology was awarded a VA contract to commercialize an FDA Class 1 mobile device to deliver therapy sooner and safer. This is why 5 of the largest healthcare systems are currently our customers. We rolled out just 5 months ago, and we sell direct and through our strategic partners. Today, we're looking for additional partners as we prepare to submit an NIH for part of our funding. Our customers report that this is their favorite tool, and they're using it daily. And with 89,000 potential customers, we are transforming how therapy literally is delivered, bringing significant cost savings across the healthcare continuum. I'm Gina Adams. It's a privilege to present, and I look forward to your support to enable us to reach more customers and improve quality of life. Thank you.
All right, great job, Gina. Thank you. Okay, we're getting there, folks. Hang in there. We've got just a handful more. All right, Wealthy is up. Dr. Stephen Moyo. Stephen?
Thanks so much. I'm Dr. Stephen Moyo, CEO and founder of Wealthy, a company that's focused on delivering health and education equity to America's most vulnerable families. Next slide, please. As a Black immigrant physician, I know both from professional as well as personal experience the impact of health inequity on underserved families. Today, health inequity kills over 874,000 Americans each year. It costs the U.S. economy $1.4 trillion, and it costs our customers, who are healthcare providers and payers, an estimated $93 billion per year. Now, the logos that you see on the slide aren't just here for eye candy. These are organizations that have either we've secured pilots with, we are co-developing pilots with, or in our pipeline today. The value that they see in Wealthy is our health equity platform. Next slide, please. What we do is we empower community health workers to better care for their community members. So community members, or community health workers, excuse me, can connect with families on our platform, building trusted relationships, ask the important questions to assess and identify gaps in care, refer these families to vetted and curated content, as well as resources to close those care gaps, and then continue to engage families. What this translates into is health education, health assessments, care coordination, and virtual care. So if you're a healthcare system or provider, we'll actually charge you a % of CPT billing for your community health workers delivering care on our platform. And if you're a payer, we want to talk to you about value-based care contracting and per member per month opportunities. Next slide, please. What we're building to empower your community health workers is Health Equity AI. So this AI is going to be tuned to increasing quality of care metrics, which impacts the bottom line. And what is important to know is that the value-based care industry is projected to be a $36 billion industry by the year 2030. Next slide, please. So right now we're raising a $1.5 million seed round. We're on pace to hit $575,000 in revenue this year. We've secured a pilot with Cigna launching next year. We have 6 payers in our pipeline and 3 state Medicaid agencies looking at us. So please connect with me at docmoyo@wealthy.com, and hopefully we'll see you in our breakout room as well. Thank you very much.
Great job, Stephen. Thank you so much. Okay, next up, we've got Danica Shah with Wing Woman. Danica, floor is yours.
Good morning. My name is Danica Shah. I'm the founder and CEO of Wing Women, a company which champions reproductive health for Gen Alpha through Gen X women in the United States. Slide, please. In the United States, there are 187 million women living in post-Roe America who at some point in their reproductive health life have had to go to the hospital for conditions ranging from menstrual cramps. Perhaps it's going to the doctor when they have to get prenatal care, when they get pregnant. Other times they're going to get screened for endometriosis, PCOS. The thing that these patients have in common, irrespective of why they're going into the gynecologist, is that many, and now more than ever, we're hearing that patients are saying that they still don't feel seen by their providers, they don't feel taken seriously, they feel judged, and others report that they don't like that experience. Slide, please. So at Wing Women, what we've done is we took a look at all of the patient feedback that was coming out on social media, online, and then we sat with patients individually to figure out where their pain points were with gynecology specifically. What we learned is that there were a few things that our care model could shore up for them in a number of ways, whether it was access to the abortion pill, faster screenings for PCOS and endometriosis, a conscious care team, doula support, or even having somebody to update health histories before coming into an appointment. We wanted to make sure that we had the team put together something that met their needs and got them in and out of the doctor in a way that they felt was meaningful and approachable for them. Slide, please. We have a virtual and in-person care model. Our location opens in Austin this fall. Slide, please. And we have a team of 2 doctors, myself, a student midwife and doula, and a number of other professionals that have helped put it together. Thank you.
All right, great job. Thank you, Danica. Okay, 2 to go. Next up is Explosion Technology, talking about greens. You ready to go, Keelan? You got this?
I am locked and loaded.
Let's bring it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Keelan Swain, coming to you by way of Texas. Greens AI is a health and mobile app that assists teens and families who have diabetes and use Medicaid. It is designed to make it extremely easy for them to understand their health and take the medication properly. Unlike most diabetes management programs that focus on 65 and up, we're directly focused on the youth, and you'll find out why very soon. Next slide. Here are our amazing, badass co-founders. My partner in crime, Ice, is a serial entrepreneur, right? Over 3 times in the game. In her previous startup, she took it from 0 to 500K in sales in less than 6 months. I myself, Keelan Swain, I don't have an MD behind my name, but I'm a 3-time private investigator, which puts me in the top 5% of professors on the map, and I'm not a professor. I've been backed by National Science Foundation and as well as United States Air Force. Next slide. Here's the $6 billion problem we're focused on. Layla has been diagnosed with diabetes, and unfortunately, she has fallen into a situation called diabetic ketoacidosis. That's when your blood sugar is above 200, 300 milligrams per deciliter for more than 12, 18 hours, 3 days sometimes, and it puts you in that hospital bed. This costs health plans $30,000 per admission, and there are over 200,000 cases in America today, which gives us this $6 billion problem in this unique niche market. Next slide. Here's the Greens Health Plan. We work with continuous glucose monitors to integrate those blood sugar levels. Our AI is constantly monitoring, so we just don't rely on self-reported information from the user. The second part of it is as we're monitoring her blood sugars, we're able to text them SDOH surveys. We coined a new term called meal medication reminders. It's our super sneaky way to monitor nutrition, to monitor if they're taking their medication. And they get an engaging prompt in our SMS messenger system. Third and not least, we have something called a success group, where we have a community and health coach. Everybody in our plan gets one of these coaches, so we ensure their success and we catch them in their lowest moments. Next slide, please. Here are some amazing results from our pilot program. Our key metric for success. The reason why Layla was in that hospital bed is because she didn't either have access to insulin, long-acting insulin, or she wasn't taking it routinely. In our Pilot 2 program, with our Camp SEAL in Alabama, 76% of our patients confirm daily boluses, and we're able to monitor that as well on their CGM blood sugar devices. What I'm more proud of is that we had 84% social engagement. And as you can see me right in the center on the ground with my yellow shorts on, and that's one of our key drivers of success because we're focused on the teen market and young adults, 12 to 19-year-olds. Next slide, please.
Keelan, got to wrap it up.
So we closed 74% of our 500K round in the past 67 days. In the next 30 days, we're probably going to close most of our round. So if you're an investor, you may miss it because a lot of you guys can't move too fast, but you can be a part of our next round. Let's talk in a breakout room. I'm very, very easy to find on LinkedIn at Keelan Swain. And I think my partner in crime put me in the box below. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Keelan. Appreciate you, man. Okay, best for last for a reason. Revitalize Energy. Kyle, what was yours?
Thanks so much. Well, hi, everybody. My name is Kyle Guinness. I am the CEO and co-founder of Revitalize Energy. And before we get started, let me know if this sounds familiar. Your day involves a lot of screen time, emails, meetings, even first look pitch events. By the end of the day, your eyes feel dry, strained, and tired. That sensation is known as digital eye fatigue, and it's been plaguing millions of Americans now that our time behind screens has exploded, and it's only increasing. At Revitalize Energy, we've developed an energizing eye drop designed to alleviate the effects of eye fatigue from digital devices. Now, to create an effective solution, we had to understand eye fatigue's real cause. Many believe it's blue light or glare, but research out of SUNY's Department of Optometry confirmed the doubts of a lot of optometry professionals. Blue light has no impact on eye fatigue. The real cause is we stare at one object, our laptops, at one distance on our desk for very long periods of time. This strains what's called the focus adjustment mechanism of the eye. At Revitalize, we spent 2 years developing a solution to target this specific mechanism, giving our customers fast-acting relief in an easy-to-use product, all available over the counter. Now, after launching just 1 month ago, we've reached over 7,000 in sales. We've secured 2 business-to-business partnerships and have gotten great metrics on our direct-to-consumer business. We've also gotten some very encouraging feedback, including some from Drew right here at Jumpstart Foundry. Thank you. Now, our goal is to scale sales quickly, but sustainably for both of these channels. Although our current metrics are very strong, we know we need additional support in developing our sales team and pipeline, honing our direct-to-consumer analytics, and increasing our brand's overall awareness. We're breaking into a $4 billion industry with stagnant major players that haven't innovated due to a lack of new entrants. If you can relate to the feeling of tired eyes, we'd love to talk more, so you can join us as we make Revitalize the highest energy startup in America. Thank you so much, and I look forward to talking in the breakout rooms.
Thank you, to our founders for all the hard work in preparing for today and delivering so beautifully. To everybody else who joined and took your afternoon to hear a little bit of what's happening with Jumpstart Foundry and our Spring cohort, we're grateful. Love to chat with you further about how more you can get involved in terms of applying for funding, being a part of fundraising and funding some of these great companies and innovations. We're grateful for everybody, for the team. Thank you guys so much for all your work to orchestrate all this work. So it's beautiful. Well done as always. Have a great weekend. And thank you all so much.